Hi there. Today we're going to make buttonholes, and we want to make our buttonholes even. And there is a process that you can do that, and it's quite easy. As you can see here, I have two buttonholes, one right here and one right there. I'm using the shank or the keyhole buttonholer template today. In order to make them nice and even so that they always start at the same place, the first thing you're going to do is make nice, even, you can even use a ruler if you want, marks on your fabric or garment. Make sure you have interfacing in between your two layers so that you can make sure that your fabric is more secure and there won't be any unnecessary puckering around the buttonhole if you leave out the interfacing. Anyway, so you go ahead and make your marks nice and even across where you're going to have your buttonholes. Make all of them at the same time. I've even used one of those accordion style buttonhole marking templates so that I can make sure I'm getting the right accurate spacing. So the first thing you're going to do is, of course, attach your Singer Buttonholer. And you're going to I just kind of slide my fabric under there just to kind of get it ready. I'm not starting yet. And I turn the knob on the Singer Buttonholer until I'm right at the point of where it's going to start to come around the other side. I do like my buttonholer to, I'll take this out for a moment to show you. I do like my buttonholer to be on the left side. So see how right now it's on the right? I like to do it where it's on the left. It's easier to start that way, I believe. Just trial and error. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. Find my little dot. I'm going to turn this around again until I'm all the way at the back. And once I get to the tip top and it starts to go down to the next side, just try to do it there right at the top. And I'm going to push my fabric under here, and I'm just going to lower my needle enough that I'm aligning, that I know where I'm supposed to start. Okay, so my needle is going in that little dot I made. I'm squaring up my buttonhole, this buttonhole with these buttonholes, so I make sure that there's the right amount of spacing, that it's not cattywampus or crooked, that it's just right straight there. And then I'm going to drop the feed dogs, which is recommended in the manual. The reason is so that the teeth will grip the fabric. You'll have to excuse us, we have quite a bit of construction going on in the background, so just bear with it for the extra sound. So anyway, once I've done the needle, I make sure it's lined up. I don't put the needle all the way through, just enough to kind of mark where I'm at. Once I've dropped those dropped the buttonhole attachment, I then twist the attachment so that I'm all the way forward again. A lot of times people will go ahead and get started at that other end, but it's recommended in the manual that you start here so that you can easily do this step right here. Pull up the bobbin thread. Oops, I think I've got a lot there. I have a long enough tail. In fact, I'll snip some of it off. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. So you can see there, I'm taking my fingers and holding the thread so that I can go over both tails. And I do that for a couple of times, maybe 3 or 4 times, till it gets good and secure. Then once that happens, then I can go ahead and use my presser or my foot controller and just let the machine do the rest of the work. And you'll see that the bobbin threads are being pulled and covered underneath the buttonholer or buttonhole stitches. This is just another way of securing the buttonhole in place so that the threads don't come out. As you get to the other side, you will kind of just guide your threads across so that it continues to cover them all the way around. You want a loose tension on your stitch tension unit, thread tension unit, excuse me, and you're going to go around 2 times, going around 2 times so that it makes a pass covering it securely and smoothly. I've even done as many as 3 times if I'm working on a coat or something. We'll go ahead and go around one more time just so it looks smooth and stands out. This is a straight stitch machine. This Singer Buttonholer this particular one is from 1948, and it'll work on a Singer 15, 66, 99, 127, 128, 201, 221, 222 Featherweight, 237, 328, 327, any of those low shank old Singer sewing machines. I use the Featherweight exclusively, so that's what I use all my attachments on. There you see it's a nice, smooth, even buttonhole. And see how they're all even? It's just from that one little step of making sure that you've twisted your foot to the right top and then bringing it back around. And we'll do it one more time just so you can see that done again. There's my dot. It's already there. I just marked it so it would show up more because this is an air erasable pen. Okay, so I'm just sliding this under there. Oh, my foot is on the right side. I don't like that, so I'm just going to give it a rotation so it moves to the left side. And I twist this all the way around till it's at the very top. There we go. Get that top thread out of the way. And then I lower my needle just in the dot, not all the way, just enough to make sure I'm in the right spot, making sure my buttonhole is perfectly aligned. Drop the feed dog so it grips the fabric. Then I move this forward just till it starts to turn. Bring up the bobbin thread. Try to stay out of your way so you can see this. And I'm just gonna do that a couple times and then I'll let the foot do it. Perfect, smooth, even buttonholes, time and time again. Make sure when you find these buttonholers that there are some teeth inside on the underneath side of here, way underneath, where you put the template. That they're all intact, that the little spring steel can go over each tooth very carefully, very easily, that actually the spring steel lever is not broken on the inside. Make sure that the templates will move, actually guide, because that's what's moving this back and forth. Is there's some teeth inside and it's going through around the template. I'll show you here. It's going around these teeth. So make sure that all the templates will actually engage the buttonholer and so that it can move. Make sure that this bite stitch lever, because see, this is what determines how wide the stitching is here. And so you want to make sure that when you have it on wide, it's wide. When you have it on narrow, it's narrow. Sometimes those will not work and they'll just wear out. We've had lots of buttonholers where they might look really pretty and nice, but the inside components either have a broken tooth or that little spring steel lever's broken, or the bite stitch regulator is just worn out. So make sure you get one that you can test or that has been tested and is guaranteed. Or pick it up for a few dollars and take the gamble. So this one I've just gone around twice. Cut the threads. Nice even buttonholes all the way across.